right? But then it went away. So I don't know how to get back to there. That was when my PK. That was when I was doing PK from outside of the building. Like I would just have it in the microwave, and I'd be outside the building, still making it spin.
Aerokinesis is hard.
Is it this close when you're rubbing this close and rubbing with a towel, then it is clean and not greasy and dirty, and then it functions better? Is a bottle greasy or dirty? It functions not so good with here. Sometimes the bottles are.
What you got going on over here?
Okay, now it functions better. Ah, cool. Very good.
Big Chief, bro.
There we go.
We need to get Son up here to show us some of his arrow, because he be doing it with basketballs and stuff. That should be.
I know. I said, yeah. I followed him the other day. I found him with that basketball. Yeah, that was neat. I ain't quite that strong yet, but that's cool.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah, it is, ain't it, bro?
You said you got to get back into it. Yeah, you was on a foot, and that's what I'm saying. It seemed like when you're training, it seemed like you go through these periods of like a heightened awareness, and you're doing crazy shit, and then all of a sudden,
look at him.
You degress, and you go back to like a weaker form, and then you gotta try to find your way to get back to that.
With himself.
Very good. It's very good with this windmill. He's good at aerokinese.
Yeah, man. It's going now. And it's crazy because none of the leaves or anything else around is really moving like that. You can see it's more of a directed.
I have something to do. I should go and say bye.
Big love,
because I have
Protest.
something to do this evening. Thank you for inviting me. And
Appreciate you for coming through.
I follow all, and then I go out. Moment. I follow him, and I follow. Moment, I come not on.
Protest. You speak. I'm gonna follow you too, girl. I've been watching some of your videos.
Okay. So others I follow long time, but 2 people I hadn't follow and follow now. So, and I say now bye, and a good time.
Bye, Protest.
Bye, Protest.
Take care.
You still putting them candles out with your fingertips?
Yeah, man. Yeah. You know, still playing with my candles, bro.
Yeah, that was that. I still ain't seen nobody have that flame connection. That's the craziest one I've seen so far.
Well, the first thing I started with, man, when I reckon when the universe, whatever, told me I could do stuff like this, that's the first thing I started with was fire. So that's why that's one of my strong points is fire and the wind. And first thing I started working with was fire, and I didn't know nothing about the wind and stuff. And then I started watching your videos. I think you was the first one I seen push a piece of foil. I'm like, bro, what is this? Let me try it. And that's when I started doing the foil. And then I moved up to the plastic cups. And about the heaviest thing I can move now is I got a steel cup in there, like a 16-ounce steel cup. It's like the heaviest thing I can push around right now.
Okay.
And the wind, well, you know, I'm always been able to do the wind outside too, the trees and stuff. I'm pretty good for that too.
When you thinking about projecting the energy from your fingertips, like what is the thought process for that? Because it's like you're not even moving, you're not fanning or nothing. It's just like a straight stream out your hand.
I don't know. You know how it's hard to explain. It's like you can feel it. You know when you connect, you know, like when you connect to your bottles and stuff, and you know how you can connect to them, move your hand back and forth, and it'll follow you, or the aluminum foil will follow you.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like that there, but you don't have to do the flame like that. You can just, because you know your hand produces the energy. It's just you can pull it or push it. I don't know how to explain it yet. I'm still working on how to explain it.
Yeah. It's hard. This stuff is hard to explain, right? Like that's why it's good to hear other people try to explain it because it helps you understand it a little better.
Yeah, I mean, and it ain't like, I mean, they hid this technology from us. You know, we had ancient scrolls and books that probably showed us how to do this, but we don't got them. So here we are trying to learn the techniques and the hand movements ourselves.
Right.
And that's why we need to stick together and watch one another. You know? And I just get a kick out of people that come in your life, man. It's always pushing air, but you don't never see them try to do it.
Never. We'll have some people come up, and the people that are able to do it, they still like will sit on the side of, yeah, it's just air because I can do it. All right, but can you do it like this? And then that's when the question comes into play, and they realize, and I get to telling them, like, you know, that I've been up here for 3 years trying to get people to come up here, and it's been less than 10 people to hit the screen. All the people that hit the screen that was able to do it was on the side of the debunkers, and I was like, that doesn't make sense because the majority of the people can't do it, and you're one of the people who can do it. Taking up for the people who can't do it is crazy.
And still talking crap, like it's just. I know, it's crazy, but and they got a gift and they don't realize it's a gift. It's crazy how they rejecting
it. Rejecting their own powers, crazy.
Yeah, rejecting their own powers. Oh, that's just the wind coming off my hand. Come on, bro. Everybody ain't got wind like that coming off of their hand. Some people's wind is stronger than that, if that's the case, you know what I mean? Look how strong my wind is off my hand compared to yours.
Right. Everybody, that's what I'm saying. Everybody, if we all move at the same speed, the objects should move at the same speed.
Yeah. Oh, and that's how I like to put the aluminum foil and the plastic bottle beside one another. And I asked them, which one was the heaviest? And everybody says the plastic bottle. I said, if I wave my hand, which one's going to move first? They say the aluminum foil. I always knock the plastic bottle over first, just to mess with them, you know. They're like, well, dang, I would. Then they say, well, the aluminum foil is heavier. I'm like, Lord have mercy. It's just I know how to direct it. They trip me out. Well, they'll think of anything. They would rather believe anything than the actual truth, Jonathan. You know that, bro.
Yeah.
I've always been that way, man. And what gets me is I've been following people that've been doing it way longer than I have. But they're not progressing. I don't see them trying to do heavier objects or anything, or they're just hiding their stuff, one of the two.
Right.
They don't move up and try to move up.
That's why I kind of started posting, because I was seeing some of the people who were doing it, but I seen that they weren't really like trying to push the progression of it. They were just satisfied with just knocking the foil over,
Yeah,
or something like that, or just showing that it barely connects. But I was like, man, we got to get to the point of trying to float stuff, right?
well, yeah, that's what I'm working on. I started with I got me a little piece of foil now. What I do is I'll drop it and I'll see how long I can keep it spinning before I miss it. And about long, I kept it up about 5 seconds one time. I've not done it since. That's hard. But I'm still working at it, though. You know what I'm talking about? Just drop it. Yeah, that's hard.
I haven't got no levitation in yet, because I feel like I got to get my pathways unlocked in my back so I can breathe and control it with more of my breathing. Right now, it's just like I'm using a lot of my hand strength, and I don't have that level of hand strength to you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, and like you said, it's the breathing and your mindset too. You got to keep your mindset. That's like people that get mad or frustrated because it don't work. You might as well sit down and take a break, because you done got your mindset. Oh, I can't do it. I can't do it. Take a break. Don't never put that. That's doubt. The more doubt you got, the less you're gonna be able to do it. That's why I tell people, don't get frustrated at it. You got to come there with a happy heart and keep a happy heart. Just be glad that you can knock it over. If you can't make it float yet, keep trying and just be happy that you can knock it over. And like you said, I've heard you say it before, how sometimes it comes and goes. I can sit there sometimes and knowing that I've pushed it from 5 foot before,
Right.
and now I can't even get it no more than 2 foot at the moment.
Right.
Yeah. I don't get discouraged. That's when I also take a break. I tell people it's like a video game. Now you got your video game, you got your health bar, and you got your mana bar, like your spirit.
Right.
Once you run out of that, you got to sit down and replenish it. You know, they have potions and stuff in the game that you take. Well, here we got to do it different. We might have to meditate, maybe go drink some water, eat some food, go stand on the ground barefooted or something like that. That's how we
just do something to complete me. What I do when I'm burnt out, like I have a certain thinking pattern, right, that burns me out. Once I get burnt out of that thinking pattern, I just start being random, and that kind of restores my energy back. Is by like using different thoughts and doing different things.
Yeah.
So I'm not using the same thinking patterns that I was using to be burnt out. So then I can come back to it with extra energy.
Oh yeah. And then, like you said, how you talk about doing it 50 times, waving your arm like that 50 times in a row. Come on, bro. That people that burns energy.
Yeah.
So you're actually pushing your energy too. So you're exerting the energy inside of you, your toroidal field, plus the movement of your hands. So you're burning 2 kinds of energy. You're burning physical and spiritual energy at the same time.
Extra exhaustion.
Yeah. But it's just the wind. Just the wind.
Yeah, that reflection is the level up, Pharaoh King. Once you reflect on what worked, and you get a good time to reflect on what worked. And I feel like that's the battle, right? Is because when we going through this, we'll level up, and then life will hit us with something random, and we will forget to lock in the progression through reflecting and meditation, because we're dealing with something in the present that makes us forget about it. You know what I'm saying? But but us meditating is what locks in that progression.
Yeah, that's like backing up your phone. After you get so much stuff in your telephone, you need to back it up. If not, if you lose your phone and you had to get a new phone, the stuff that you remembered in it ain't going to be there because you didn't back it up. So we need to back up what we think and what we remember. And like you said, meditation to me is one of my best ways. And there are different ways to meditate. People think you got to sit down, but man, you can walk down the road and meditate. Meditation is a mindset. You ain't got to be still and stuff like that. And people say, well, what do I think about when I meditate? I said, that's the whole point. Nothing. You don't try to think of nothing. You let your mind process itself. That's where you get your information from, is by trying to clear your mind. Imagine this. This is impossible to do. Closing your eyes and not seeing no darkness or seeing light. It's not clear. You know, it's impossible. You can't do that. You're going to see clear, you're going to see dark, or you're going to see light when you close your eyes. You
Yeah.
cannot imagine nothing completely. That's impossible to do.
Yeah. Yeah.
But that's part of the meditation.
Because if you can imagine nothing, then you would go to a place of nothingness. Like you would
Yeah.
literally
There's
exit
nothing.
your conscious.
Yeah. Yeah, but that's like I said, we could possibly do it, but like I said, they've hidden it from us for so many years, man. We don't know until one of us breaks a code. We keep breaking different codes. We do, slowly and surely. Because think about it. One day, somebody had to decide to start waving their hand in a piece of aluminum foil and moved in their lap. Wait a minute, you know.
Yeah.
Then everybody else started doing it. All right, we're going to break more codes. We just got to have time. Hey, Rome weren't built in a day, but it was destroyed in a day. We got to remember that.
Damn, that's deep.
That's like you and the foil. I'm trying that foil in the microwave. I can't do it. I can't do it. I'm trying. I'm not gave up on it. I just haven't got that advance yet. I can't. I still. I can't do it like you do in the microwave.
And see, here's the thing, right? Like, so, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I get the same type of feeling when I see other people do things that I can't do. It's like a slight discouraged feeling for a second, but then it's like an inspiration that comes over it. It's like, damn, I can get there. I just have to figure out how I can get there.
How?
Right?
Yeah.
Like, because I don't even understand how I do that. To be honest, like it's a thought process.
Yeah,
It's not something that I can say that this is why it works and when it works. It's like it's so confusing. You said you know why it works, Marlon. Go ahead with it. Go ahead, tell us something. If you got keys to the scrolls, we are here.
So hey, bro, we need to know, man. That hey, let us know.
We summoning the keys to the scrolls.
Well, we knew that, Marlon.
Yeah, we talking about how you interact with the object.
Yeah,
directly. We know why it's ultimate. I don't know more so why the win. You see what I'm saying? I know why it eventually happens, but I don't know why it's happening right now versus not happening at another time. You see what I'm saying? Like that's where my confusion is.
Yeah.
Take you on the chat, Marlon, in your text.
Yeah, that is him up there.
I'm tripping, bro. I'm kind of like, hold on. Really new to this stuff. All right. Can y'all hear me? Is it better?
Yeah, we hear you.
So that question, I don't know the answer to that question. I would say it's the geology that has changed. The cosmology has changed. Now we have supposedly two suns and a whole other solar system that's,
So you're saying that astral bodies change the way quantum mechanics is working. So
of course,
maybe
all levels,
the same.
All levels are going to be affected. Like I'll be watching you guys using foil, and I'm like, well, why aren't y'all outside? And the whole world is a piece of foil, because when you trying to do things with that in that space, there's no such thing as size or weight or distance. And no such thing. It's instant.
Yeah, well, it's called
It's instant. It's instant when you have that awareness level,
Right.
right? But we have to work to that awareness level to get that. But
Let
we're
me
not
see how you get to
there,
there.
and we don't know
Awareness.
the bridge to get there.
Let me see.
We're trying to bridge our awareness now to that awareness of all of
You put your camera on. Can you put my screen on?
Oh yeah, there you go. Put on.
All right.
Yeah. You like the wind too? I like messing with the wind too, bro.
Yeah, it takes time to get to that point, Sage. Like that's a level that is mastery, right? That is mastery level, right?
You can see it, the blast right in front of
Yeah,
you.
what you doing?
Get your
You
hand up.
doing the tree? You shaking the trees? You have to hold your phone a little stiller, man, when we can see it.
Yeah, you gotta stop. You gotta stop.
Who, me?
Yeah, you
'cause
got hold your
All
phone
right, here we go.
still. Yeah, you got to
yeah,
hold
There
your
we
phone.
go.
and show us
Let me
what
just
you're
get-
moving.
You got to remember too, brother, when you're holding the phone in one hand and working with one hand, that
Yeah,
it's
energy
the
doesn't.
phone. Yeah, yes, sir. I was like,
They're
I
like
didn't know if you
it
knew that.
crash.
Yeah, phone to pull your energy too.
But man, it's gotten to the point where I'm breaking big branches and it's starting to scare me.
Yeah.
I'm talking like
Well, I know that's like me. I can walk down the road certain
500.
days and trash cans will fall over, bro. I can walk my
Yeah.
trash can in the fall. Well, like after the day they empty them, I can walk down the road. Trash cans will knock over when I pass them. Yeah,
Oh yeah, you got some action.
Yep, there was
Have y'all ever seen the movie Dune?
yeah.
And do you remember how they would use their voice, that frequency, like well, if you do that in your mind, the frequency in your mind, the outside will match that. So when you say the all is mind, the universe is mental, whatever we got going on in our mind is going to transfer out here.
Got 'em, yeah, like in your
So-
head match a frequency into the world. I mean, yeah, I understand. I think,
Yeah, it'll been trained to that.
yeah.
See that up there? Let me see. If I can.
Hey, Tan, I'm gonna be right back, man.
Alright, fuck that.
So with your technique, you're basically just making a hum in your sound, like a sound in your mind. You're not necessarily focusing on breathing or anything like that. You're focusing on a sound.
A sound. You can do a sound,
Yeah.
and you can do that, and you can also. Oh, am I there?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh shit. You can do your eyes, like how you look at a magic eye poster, and you pull the
image out of it.
You pull the image out. Yeah. Once you pull the image out, you're activating your third eye. That's just like automatically, because it's like you're pulling out oh shit. Let me see. You're pulling out like I don't like pulling out another dimension or another space.
Yeah, I kind of think I know where you're going with that. Like that's what me and Jonathan was just talking about. It's hard to explain, man. We can feel it, but we don't know how to explain it yet. You got to look. If you go back in the biblical day,
He froze up.
Oh,
He
it
froze
is.
up, y'all.
Oh,
Yeah, I'm afraid they blocked me. I was saying
I'm out here.
it
I'm delivering mail.
takes us time to train up. It took Moses 40 years to train up before Moses went back to get the children out of Egypt. God trained him for 40 years, and ain't none of us here yet been 40 years at this stuff.
Right.
At most, I've been, like I said, 2, and Jonathan, you said 3.
Well,
What about
See, I only have to
10
use my
years from
hands.
now? 20
Straight
years from now, when we're
fundamentals.
still doing this.
Hello.
Hello, welcome in.
I ain't the only one at work.
that's what I'm saying. Now imagine like we started doing this as youth when our pathways was wide open, when our imagination was wide open, when our
Yeah, when we were
flexibility
kids,
was
yeah.
wide open, right?
That part, bro. That part.
Right, let me see. We got
They
a flag
done us
right.
wrong on that, man. They done us wrong on that. And you know they knew who we was. Cause think about it. When I was in kindergarten, I went over y'all. I'm 46 years old, and I remember at the end of the grade testing every year, we would always have a test to take. There was 100 questions on it, and half the questions on that test we didn't even go over during the school year. See, that's how they was testing who was who back then. How
Yeah,
did you know something and you didn't even go over it as a kid, but yet you knew it anyway? They knew
yeah,
right then you was an old soul. So they've been keeping an
yeah.
eye on you since you was a baby.
And that's crazy you said that about the test, because I do remember certain tests being like that. It ain't have nothing to do with what we was working on or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, how could I know this answer? And then they don't even grade, and some of them weren't graded. They just wanted to make an assessment, but they didn't really tell you the results of the assessment. But then in
Exactly.
4th grade, I had got approached by the GATE program, right? And I didn't know it was the GATE program at the time because I was a child, of course, but
Yes,
they
sir.
took me out of class and they put me into a computer room. The first day, there was like 17 students in the computer room. The second day, there were like 12 students in the computer room. The third day,
We're picking them out.
we started to play a game, and now this game was like a massively multiplayer game. It was unlike any game that I have ever played to date. It was way advanced in function, right? Because what you were at this point, you were like a doctor, right? And what was happening, the world was going through like it was a rabies outbreak, but how it worked, it was like the people were like zombies running around, and they had meters on them, and you had to heal them before their meter went up, and they turned around and basically ate everybody in the facility, and basically a zombie attack. Like you had to prevent the zombie attack from happening. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then after that, they took me into a gym, right? For a fitness test, and they did additional fitness testing on me. And since that point right there, it seemed like I always had like a weird group of people following me. Like my principal in my middle school transferred schools to handle me.
The handler.
Literally, my middle school principal came to my high school to handle me.
A handler. Remember, I don't know if you ever seen that movie Total Recall, but you remember that's what his wife was the handler. Yeah, that's crazy. It's how they manipulated his mind, and they put his wife in there. She was fake, and she was just there to make sure that if he got his memory back, she was supposed to take him out. So that was like a handler. That's what they call today. They call it gang stalking.
Yep. That's crazy. So this been going on for a long time.
Yeah. Think about it. I'm 46, and I imagine there's people older than me that knows the same things I do.
I'm
They're being
44.
probably stalked too. Yeah. You said you're 44?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. See, there I'm 2 years different. So I'll be 47 this year. And like I said, there's people in their 50s, the same way, just like us. They're being gang stalked too. And some people is afraid to come out, bud. They're afraid to come out and do these things. For one reason is because they was afraid. They was raised up in the church, and they said if you use these gifts, you're gonna go burn in hell forever. Why would an all-loving God give you a gift and then not allow you to use it? And if you do, He's gonna burn you forever and ever and ever and ever. Come on, bro. That's one of the biggest scare tactics on this world.
That's a gaslight.
Yeah. Don't use your gifts, you're gonna burn up.
Religion is one of the biggest gaslights we got right now.
Yep. Even the messenger that came down the last one, they call him Yahushua, Jesus, whatever you want to call him. That's what he come down to talk about was, bro, they lied to all these religions and stuff.
Every messenger tried to tell us, and then they turned it into a religion.
Yeah. Yep. Yep.
On separate occasions. And so that's what we got. We got messages. We're messengers where people, enlightened ones came, tried to give us the game. And then society was like, oh, there's too much game. We got to wrap it up and sell it.
That's just like even in the beginning where it said the snake come up to him and told him, hey, if y'all eat this fruit, you're going to know right from wrong. So was the serpent really a bad thing? Because when they ate the fruit, what was the first thing they did? They realized they was like, oh crap, I'm naked.
All right, y'all want to get dizzy? So I'm about to get back on the route. Just showing y'all some little tricks and things.
Yeah, appreciate it, brother.
Mm-hmm.
Like you, when you out there in the wind like that, what do you be thinking of? You just know you can do the wind. That's all I know I can. I look and see if I see a little leaf moving or a tree moving, I focus my point in that direction and try to pull that wind toward.
So you can create it by like this is gonna sound kind of strange, but like your Kundalini, it's like you want to squeeze your perineum. You want to squeeze your perineum, and when you squeeze your perineum, just imagine something like traveling up your back. So when I squeeze my perineum like that, it goes. This is what the world does. Like it responds to that.
Mm-hmm.
It responds to your.
Where's your perineum?
It's like if you want to squeeze a turd back up. You know what I'm saying? Like oh, yeah, you want that muscle. You know what I mean? Like
root chakra. You talking about root chakra?
Right. You want to squeeze that, and you want to squeeze that, and it's just like an up motion. And once you do that, that's one way you connect, and then you can connect by really all of this around us is another body. It's just real subtle. So when you're in the close proximity of something else energetic, like a tree or plants or something, and you get into the bubble, then you can like relax your body and whatever muscle you however you activate like a movement in your body, just before that movement happens, there's a feeling that you get. And that's
what up, Jack? You demonstrating right now? We bring you up. We need, because you need to come over here. They need to see what you got going on.
Is that the one that does the basketball?
Nah, Jack. He got some crazy PK going on right now. Like straight up sci-fi mode. Okay. Like he's closest to what I've seen about the all is mind concept. Like he's connecting with the object with his mind from a distance. Like it's different. The way it's different what he got going on. He said he can't go live till next week though. They flagged.
Oh my God, the boy that get us won't
They gonna be hot on his ass because he came out at an unbelievable level. Like when I started where everybody can believe because they clown him.
Yeah.
He came out on a level that's just straight up unbelievable. You're just like, how does that even happen? Right? Mm-hmm. And if you haven't been training, you wouldn't even believe it. But like it's like the time he came out it has been conditioned. And this is why I started for people like Jack to come out and be able to show us really advanced techniques, because we wouldn't believe them if we didn't get baby stepped into it.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? We just be straight up saying, oh, that's cap. I mean, you got a string, you got somebody else on the side of it. You got somebody else doing, that's just straight up cap, right? But now we seen the levels. So when we see somebody like Jack, we could just be amazed and be like, damn, this is crazy. We got to get to this level. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because we're all created equal. I mean, we won't have different gifts. Certain things you can do that I ain't able to do, but it's still is. You know what I'm trying to say? We got different gifts. Some things I can do that you won't be able to do, and you will do things I won't be able to do.
But I believe we got the same chakra points and pathways for the most part. Yeah. We have different gifts because we have different awareness levels around these pathways.
That makes sense. Right, yeah.
But if we all had these pathways unlocked and we all knew access to the same awareness, then we all have access to the same gifts.
Yep. Well, that's why we need to stick together. That's pretty much like me walking to this tree over here. You know, it's you can come to it from all four sides. And once we all meet there in the middle of that tree, that's when we connect with one another. That's like the they want to go with the oneness and the consciousness and like that there. I believe in that, how we can connect on a level. Because certain people I can get around and I can read their brains, man. I can tell them exactly what they're thinking. They said, how'd you know I was thinking that? I said, I don't know. I just have to do it.
Yeah, I got that spook factor too. I just catch a download straight from somebody else's mind.
Yep. Download. Get that little ringing in your ear. That's what I tell people. When you hear that ringing in your ear, slow down and listen. It's trying to give you something. And even with the numbers, man, people talk junk about numbers. Oh, you can't do numerology. You're going to burn in hell. Bro, that's one of the things that woke me up. I kept going to the store, and I would see repetitive numbers. My prices would be 333 or 444 and 666. And man, what's up with all these numbers? And I heard somebody talking about angel numbers one day, and I looked up angel numbers. And I was like, ooh, that's interesting. You know? I always thought numbers was bad. That's what they told us in the church when I was going. That's why I won't go to one now, man, because they're lying to us.
Yeah, they misleading on a lot of levels.
Yeah. I'm not saying all churches are, but a lot of them is.
Because it's like, where are these healers supposed to come from?
Yeah, I know, right?
Like,
if they're going to be a generation like the Messiah was and do the things he did, where are they going to come from?
Because they're not going to come from the church. Because the church won't allow it.
No. Nope. Walk in that church and go there and start flipping the Bible pages without touching them. You know what I mean? I can do that. I can take and throw my hand and roll the Bible over a couple pages if I want to, you know. Imagine doing that in the church. You're sitting there reading out the Bible and you take your hand, instead of flipping it with your fingers, you just wave your hand and it roll over by itself. People will look at you like you crazy, like, oh my God, he's in here doing devil work in the church.
You back? Hold on, let's see if we can.
I pulled out the book.
There you go. There you go. See, there you go. There you go. Letting the
That's
church
the
go ahead and
fucking
flip out.
party over. Keep it going.
Hey, golly.
Keep it going.
There you go, bro. Yeah, look them up.
We all up. We all up.
Uh-huh.
We all up, Jack. You know what you should do, Jack. I know you're trying to sell the program and all, but your TikTok videos is gonna go viral if you start dropping some games. I can tell you that. I'm just saying. There's a lot of people that want to know how to get to your level that don't got the bread, but TikTok is gonna pay you. You know what I'm saying? They gonna pay you. Don't you worry about the bread now. You got the skill. They gonna pay you if you drop in the game. Because we look at all these people that want the game.
Yeah.
We all want the game now. We all listen. We all listening. So if you got some extra game to contribute. We all waiting to hear it. We waiting. We've been waiting. This is why we've been waiting for somebody to appear with some extra game to take us from level 10 to level 30.
Yeah.
Or level 5, because a lot of us aren't even at level 5. So level 5 to level 30.
And that's what I was telling you earlier. How I know people been in it way longer than me, and they still pushing foil. They can't connect with plastic. And what gets me is I was showing somebody in the mall the other day. I had some styrofoam cups, and they were saying, "Oh, that's just static electricity." I said, "I will give me a plastic bottle." They gave me the plastic bottle, and I done it. He said, "I don't know what."
You see a tree?
Let's see.
Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, we hear.
Oh shit! I thought my microphone was mic'd. Talk to a customer of mine. Sorry, guys.
You're good, bro. You got that page. She got them going now. Good.
Okay, so what you saying? You sit up next to a tree. You can relax your body and move, do subtle movements. Don't like move whatever you're trying to move like on your body, but just like imagine you had big giant wings, or imagine you had a third leg coming out your back. And how would you move that?
Mm-hmm.
And you'll notice around you that every like you're connected to all of this stuff.
Yeah.
Big cheese, huh?
You move just by thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I like, and do barefoot. A lot of people, it's I can't stand to walk on the ground barefooted. Well, that's your fault. You need to learn how to start doing it. Because that rubber is killing you.
I got to walk on the ground more barefooted.
It's best to walk on the ground barefooted, yeah. Because the rubber blocks the energy, man. Think about it. You got a 1-inch rubber sole between your foot and the ground.
Yeah, that's true. And I heard the best clothes to be wearing is actually the linen, because wearing cotton is supposed to stop the frequencies and the you pretty much know what I'm saying. Is
I got an idea what you're talking about. It's like it's blocking the toroidal field or something. Like it's
yeah,
like it's an armor, yeah.
Because I pretty much know that it's saying the linen is pretty much of a good conductor. You know, you'll be able to get our frequencies and stuff, the rays and stuff from the sun and the ground,
Yeah.
the trees.
Well, I always heard cotton was good too, because think about it, cotton come out of the ground, so why wouldn't it be good for us to wear?
Yeah, that's definitely true. But you know, I believe that the linen is much thinner than cotton.
Yeah, but that's synthetic. I mean, I'm not arguing or nothing. Just I need to check that out, because I got both type of shirts. I might try that one. As a matter of fact, if I go now, I got one of them type of
It be
shirts.
the mixing of the fabrics that be messing with us. They mix our stuff with like polyester, rayon.
Yep.
Nothing is 100% pure, but linen is a high vibrational material to wear.
I heard we just had to walk around naked then, huh? No, I'm just messing.
Big Chi, eh, Sam? Big Chi.
Yeah, I'd rather walk around like
What up,
that.
Angels?
Yeah, but we'll get in trouble walking around naked, so it won't work. But that probably would be the best if we could walk around naked on this earth.
Oh man.
I mean that's how the original chi bodies was, wasn't it?
I know.
Yeah.
And then when they woke up and realized, oh, we're naked, they started putting clothes on.
It was on.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah.
That'd be great. They still
I
have
mean, like people felt shame when they first realized they were,
Say what, madam?
like they felt shamed because they
That was
realized they were naked. So they were aware of not only good, but they were aware of bad, low vibrations.
That was that
Bad
root
thing.
chakra activation.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
That shame.
Okay.
Yep. Yep. That's why I would agree with that. Yep.
Yep.
Think about it. The first thing they said, they said, "Oh, I'm naked. Let's go hide." And then when the Elohim started walking through the garden, asking for them, they said, "Where y'all at?" And they're like, "We over here." Why y'all hiding over there? Because we naked. Who told
Yeah,
you
they
you're
were
naked?
low down. They were low vibration. They were low down, ducked out, hiding in the dark. Yeah, falling. Yep, that's all patternistically coordinated.
Think about this. What God was that in the garden that was wanting to keep them in a low vibration? It don't sound to me like that was a good one.
The
Why would he
ego.
want to keep us in a low vibration?
The ego.
Yeah.
The ego is a jealous God. The ego would want you to serve it. The ego doesn't want you to put any other idol above it. It's prideful. It's lustful. It's arrogant.
When I pray and I say, Father, thank you for this thing, I'm talking to my higher self, because we all came down from the stars. It says we was all there in the beginning. And you know, you can't destroy energy. It can only be transferred. So if we was there in the beginning, our energy's been there the whole time. Some of us can remember past lives. I can remember some of mine. I'm not going to talk about them because I did some bad things.
Yeah. I was saying I had come to this, I found this out, right? Because I get visions and downloads and things because I'm not, man, I don't know anything. I don't eat this stuff coming to me. I'm just as new to it. But like the other day I came to this earth, and let he who have ears, E-A-R-T-H, let him hear H-E-A-R-T, earth, heart, same letters. And it's that man possesses a heart, which maketh man God within the heart of God, because the earth is the heart of God. So all things out on earth and all things that be the will of God is that your will be. So all that you create, all information, anything that exists here, good, bad, love, hate, joy, pain, up, down, as within, so without, as above, so below. And if man is made in the image of God and he possesses a heart, then the earth is the heart. It all connects.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I would totally agree with that. I like that. I've never heard it put that way, but I understood it exactly. I've always thought that way, but I've never heard it put so simple. That was simple.
I am a simple person. It speaks to me through me, and I'm a simple person. I love I love the easiest
Simplicity.
way.
Simple is genius.
Yeah, I love it. I love it, and it helps.
Mhm.
And it helps people understand, especially people like it helps us connect the dots, connecting so everything's easy. The patterns and things. I just started seeing patterns in the patterns and things are amazing. Like red and blue, right? Republican, Democrat, blood, crypt, red blood, blue veins. 3D glasses are red and blue. Hot and cold, positive, negative, fire, ice,
Patterns all down.
red pill, blue pill, things like
Patterns.
that. All
Red,
connected.
blue,
Wow.
red, blue.
What the fuck is that?
What?
I think that's Sunny. Sunny, is
Yeah,
that you?
that's my Ring camera. I apologize.
Okay, I like what the hell?
I like that, though. I need that.
Like, who up here damn liking?
Son, over here, I got 2 male cats trying to dominate each other. So they keep chasing each other and trying to climb on each other. You hear them?
What? Wait a minute.
They're not fixed, so they're trying to. I'm poor. I can't afford to.
Oh,
Wait. You got 2 gay cats? Is what you're saying?
That's what she just said.
I guess. No, they're trying to be alpha male. And yeah, so they keep playing leapfrog, if you will, but the dirty version.
So remember how people used to always say that animals ain't gay?
Exactly.
No, you know what else I
that's
found
debunked.
out? Look, the gay and all that, that is called evolution. It's a form of evolution, and I'm scientifically and mathematically proved it. I wish somebody would. I have scientifically and mathematically proved it. It fits perfectly on a cross. There's alpha, there were asexual, bisexual, C, and B. If you look at the evolutionary state of the gay community, you will see that right now they have a male and a female, 2 eggs and 2 sperms, children that exist laboratorily wise. Next will become natural. It is evolutionary. It started within the secrecy, right? And then it came out into the society, and then it became law. It evolved into the laws, and now it's in the laboratories and science. It's going to evolve into nature.
So they're basically going to try to get humans where they'll be asexual.
Well, they started as asexual. You started as one single human, and then the woman, and then before you reproduce, you were immortal beings, and you need not reproduction. You see, it started as an eternal, and then once you split off and you thenceforth procreated another life, you started an evolutionary chain of things.
Yeah,
it was creating other souls. Your macabre can create other Merkabas, other spirit, flesh, and mind vehicles.
Yeah, I've read something like that before. They said like if I was to pass away in this body, it's like I would create 7 more souls or something like that. There's what I would read.
You generate 8.
Okay. I remember reading something like that. Thank you, man. But yeah, I remember that.
When you generate 8 more, what do you mean?
Well, you create 8 more souls around you, 8 copies. Break down into 4, and those 4 break down into 4 more.
Never heard that.
I've read that.
Is this
like
some
for instance,
is this
take
some
the number
multiverse?
9, right? You
is
have
this
9.
some multiverse stuff?
Look, it's all integrated. Like you have the number 9, right? And then you have 1 and 8, you have 2 and 7, you have 3 and 6, and you have 4 and 5. Those are 4 copies of 9 that break down into 8 numbers, but they are 4 pairs. You see what I'm saying? You have fractals too. Yep.
Crazy.
It showed me showed me that. It showed me this set of numbers: 9, 1, 8, 2, 7, 3, 6, 4, 5, 5, 4, 6, 3, 7, 2, 8, 1, 9. It's a multiplications of 9, but also all those numbers add up to 9. 1 and 8 is 9, 2 and 7, 3 and 6, 4 and 5. And it's also inverted. 1, 8, 8, 1 is also, that's the opposite. And it's 9 times 2 and 9 times 9. And 9 times 3 and 9 times 7 or 9 times 3 and 9 times 7 are 27 and 72. 9 times 4 and 9 times 6 or 36. And
3 and 6 is 9. Yeah, go back to 9.
Yeah.
9.
Yes. And it's also 9 through 1, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 forwards and backwards. It's all one. It's all one. And 9 is the only number that needs to be by itself. 9 is completion.
Yeah.
And five is going within. 1, it's going within you to come without. So you go within 1. And also they're all one. They're all copies of 1. Like 2 is a copy of 1. For instance, perception is scientifically proven because an answer, you might see 1, 2, 3, 4 written down as the number 1, 2, 3, 4 on a flat piece of paper. Well, I might see a dot, a line, a triangle, and a square. Someone might see 1 in 1D, 1 in 2D, 1 in 3D, 1 in 4D. You see the perceptions or the words itself, 1 written out, 2, 3, 4. It's all the same.
Yeah.
Thanks. Sorry, I get excited about them.
Yeah, it's fine. It's good you get excited about it. I mean, we need more people like that there. So, see, you're the type of person that when somebody will come up to you, you're not going to hush because you know the truth and you ain't going to let them back you down. We need more people like you in this world. You ain't got to apologize for being you. I accept you for who you are.
Thank you. That's what the olive teach me, that I can be me again. Like I got the wonder back, the childlike wonder. When you go into the light, you get understanding is key, and once you see God by seeing all and understanding all. You have to let go of hate. You have to let go of pain. You have to go through the darkness to get to the light. But
Yes.
once you let go of all that, you can't hate anything because you realize, like, you could take the most evil person in the world, right? To the most evil person in the world. If they don't exist, you don't exist. You wouldn't get up and fight the good fight. You fight every day if there weren't evil in the world. So love all. You know.
Correct. That's the key. That's the key. That's been the key to it the whole time.
I was reading this book on my page. It's called Philosopher's Stone. You'll see it. It says it in there in plain sight. The purest form of gold is the enlightened soul, and the metal that we transmute into pure gold is our struggles, is your downfalls. Those are considered base metals for your purest form of gold. And when you become enlightened, you become the alchemist. Without becoming transmuted within, you cannot transmute without. After that, you can turn base metals into gold. Well, I can do that now. And anybody else who's woken up that way can do the same exact thing.
Interesting. That's interesting.
It's in the book if you want to read. It's Philosopher's Stone. And the title and the authors in the comments too, if you guys want to go get and look the book up on archive.org. That's a good truther site a lot of people know.
So you're saying you literally can alchemize stuff into gold right now?
Yeah. Yes.
Like literal.
Literally. Yes.
Tangible, sellable gold.
Copper, iron, silver, and something else. Mercury.
You said the name of that book's what? Let me write that down.
The Philosopher's Stone.
Okay.
Let me see if I got a picture of the thing on here, of the cover. Effects.
Oh, you're saying that's what the book is telling you can do.
Oh, definitely. I found a specific part, then it stuck out. It things like they stick out to me when they come to me, when I get the visions or the knowledge and stuff. It comes in different places, movies, people. It just sticks out, and that stuck out. That particular phrase, that it said that. Let me find it. I'm gonna find it right now, and I'm gonna show you.
Yeah, I want to write that down. I might order it and read it. I can find a PDF file on it. You never know.
What's up, guys? I wanted to say a little bit on that with the Philosopher's Stone, because I've read that book as well. Understand that when you are able to transmute and alchemize your emotions, your thoughts, and your energy,
Yeah.
and you gain mastery over it, it's nothing for someone to give you a piece of metal or a piece of mineral, and because you know how to alchemize spiritually and mentally, you're able to look at that piece of metal and know exactly what to do to change it from one form to the other, to transmute it. Like the knowledge it's like a download, so you physically already know what to do to transmute that piece of metal that has all these impurities, just like you as a person, and how to make it gold or silver or mercury or anything.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's interesting.
So,
You
so,
immediately get the download.
I guess what I'm at, what my
It wouldn't
question
let me
is,
do the
would it be
camera,
like
but
a-
let me see. I'm
would
gonna
it be
post
like
the
a
offer.
psychokinetic change or like a physical, like you're mixing of?
No, you're physically
Solution.
mixing and doing the things, but let's just say this: compared to someone who doesn't know,
It'd be a fusion or something. It'd be a chemical fusion or something. I don't
it
understand.
will actually take like time to understand, time to break down.
It's
the
taking
impurities
toxic
of
and
that
it's turning
metal.
it into clean, filtering it. It's taking toxic. It's the idea of hitting rock bottom. Once you go down, there's nowhere else to go but up. That actually applies to all things in life. That's
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people you'll see, they call it the Illuminatis and things. They do the worst and stuff. It's because to reach enlightenment, because you have to become the darkest form of you. You need to embrace the chaos, embrace out of chaos comes order. Then you're able to transmute the purest form of gold. Pressure makes diamonds, things like that. When you
Always,
tenderize
yeah.
a steak, what do you do to make it tender?
Okay.
Beat it.
Be nice.
It's fucked up. I understand it, but it's fucked up at the same time.
No,
Yeah.
I know what you mean.
It's
There's the title and the author right there. And on page 32, I remember the page. On page 32 at the very bottom, it's a paragraph. It says it about that. The purest form of gold. It mentions it, the spiritual enlightenment, and it mentions it very clearly. But I can't, it won't let me green screen. It says my network is off, but whatever.
I actually know someone who went to Africa, and there's actually this tribe that specializes in that, in West Africa to be exact. And they it's literally a tribe of people who, who make things out of metal. You know what I mean? Like it's what they do. They make everything out of metal. And how do you say, a lot of those concepts from the Philosopher's Stone, that tribe had already known and used for hundreds of thousands of years with their techniques. Like before you can even become a blacksmith in that tribe, you have to know how to alchemize, your thoughts, your spiritual energy before they even hand you a hammer and an anvil. And they will test you and be like, okay, we want you to, turn this into gold. Here's these ores, and we want you to do it in this amount of time. To a regular person who just, who just, does blacksmith, they're gonna be like, well, it's gonna take 5 to 6 hours or this and that. But to someone in their tribe, they're like, okay, it ain't gonna take nothing but an hour. I got you. And they will smelt some shit and make some gold, some platinum, and everything like it's nothing. Only because they understand the concept, mentally and spiritually. So the physical aspect of something that they're trying to purify, like they get them downloads immediately, and they all what do they do? They all
That's through that enlightenment process. Yeah.
It's a real
They had
thing.
ancient Egypt, they called it the anking technique. That was the picture of the hieroglyphics when they were laying them. They would go and they would, there's actually, believe it or not, anking comes, or spiritual enlightenment comes in many forms. The Christ even did it when he went in the desert, right, for like 40 years. And then, not 40 years, 40 days, excuse me. But basically going down to somewhere where you're at your bottom, to where you're and then they had I have Egyptian techniques on you guys, let's be mature about this, but the orgasm process is also a way of spiritual enlightenment. It is. They used to pharaohs, that's what they used the pyramids for. That's what they had. Those weren't made to unalive the chambermaids and they were just to put resting in these tombs. No, they would lay women there and the pharaoh itself would go and lay with them and spiritually enlighten them. And through that process, apparently when you get to where you're about to go through that, the big O, you have to hold it in and you force it up your spine and around your crown and back down, forming the Ankh. Yes. And that it enlightens you. That's why it is careful who you lay with, because you're transferring very important pieces of your energy.
I never heard it broken down like that.
Oh, there's a book about it. I have a book.
Because I also heard about Gandhi used to do the same thing, kind of like he used to.
Oh, did you know the Christian baptism, the water? They didn't just douse you in tap water. They drowned you. It was via drowning because it's the slowest form of DEATH. Apparently, whenever you're going, it's the easiest glide down that tunnel into that light safely, and then they're able to bring you back every time. So it is 100% effective, they say. In the written down in the text, they said it's 100% effective. I don't know personally.
So they literally they literally
would unalive you and bring you back.
And then you were born again.
Yes.
Yeah.
Every time. Yes. And it was a safe way to guide you into the light. It was a safe way. They would have, but in Egypt, they would have the presence of these cats, these felines, because
and priests.
They are 1 foot in and 1
so
foot
what
out.
would they?
So they're kind
that
of like
was
an
like the
anchor for your reality.
Reset,
huh?
or what?
It was almost a way of resetting your subconscious.
Basically,
That's what I was thinking. Like if somebody went through a whole bunch of traumatic situations,
like a near, yeah, like what I went through when I got hit by the car and I went, yes.
New person.
Yes.
Yep. Exactly.
That's exactly what it is.
It's exactly what it is.
So
that's what they did during the Montauk projects and the Monroe Institute and all that. Their number one most effective way they would pick up it was to young boys around 8 years old. They said was sexual. Believe it or not, grape to enlighten them, and it to activate. They call it a mutation in a gene, a God gene. They gave them powers.
Because when you're put in fight or flight like that, just like with what started this awakening, believe it or not, in a way and in a sense, the old version of us died because people got tired of the way things were. In a way, it's like as a society, people who are chosen kind of went through a rebirth process. That's why we have these gifts now. That's what we're.
When I got hit by that car, I had to. I was already at the end of my rope. I had given up. I literally took a breath of relief and was like, anywhere was better than here. This was held me. So the moment that happened was the moment that I had nowhere to go but up. I got pulled. I got yanked out of my body, and then I went into this light, and it changed.
That's some real shit, though. That's really how it is.
Yeah, I can tell you, my outer body experience, that's what woke me up too, bud. I can remember walking in my back door, and all of a sudden, I was standing, looking at myself, watching myself look at a picture on the refrigerator of my daughter. And I kept telling myself, if you don't get back in your body, your daughter's going to come home and find you on the floor unalive. And I had a choice, and they said, you get back in your body, or you can come on and go with us. I said, I choose to get back in my body because I don't want my daughter to come home and find me on the floor unalive.
They asked me the same thing. When I was in the light, I looked back and I said one thing before I jumped into the hole. It was a portal that my physical body, I was there in all white from the neck down. All you could see was my hands, my feet, my head. And I was the same age. I was 33 years old when it happened, the same age as that Christ fella. And apparently, and I went and I opened the portal and it was darkness through the light, a little hole, like an Acme hole, I swear. And I'm looking through it and I look back and I go, can I tell them all? Is this for everyone? And it told me, go nuts.
Yeah.
It was like, go nuts. And it said, jump back in the, when I said, is this it? Is this how I go? It said, reached out my hand, but I wasn't in my body. Something else was, it said, no, grab my hand and jump in the trunk with me. It said, with me.
Yeah.
Whatever came with me. And it's with me all the time. Like I could see it. Look up near-death experiences, brother. Look that up on YouTube, and you can see. I know you know it, but I know anybody's curious. Look that up, you guys. Near-death experiences on YouTube. They'll tell you that people come back that were gone 20 minutes. I can tell you everything you guys were saying and doing because it's a real thing. You do not. It's not like going to sleep. You don't lose sense of time. You don't wake up. You don't wake up from nothing. As soon as you pop out of your body, you just pop out of it like pants, like you're shedding pants. I swear, it doesn't hurt. It's like the best feeling you've ever had.
And it's weird though because you were standing there looking at yourself.
Yeah, and you're like, this isn't how bad I thought. Like, it's not like what you think it is.
It never is. People always think that, but it never is. I've never had a near-death experience, but I've definitely traveled to the other side.
You can go through
Yeah, my
enlightenment in a
son.
dream, or you can just wake up one day. Right now, people are just snapping, and it's really critical for them because they're getting hit all of a sudden. So all of a sudden they can't live their life anymore. Like they can't be this normal life anymore because something changed in them and they don't know what it is.
They don't know
That's
what
why we're
it
supposed
is.
to be here to help them.
They're not interested in the same things that they used to be into, the
Yep.
same people, the same jobs, the same
It'll cause severe
situation.
depression.
It's just like you became for me. What happened for me? Well, I had several awakenings throughout life, but like the biggest one that I just recently had, maybe a few years ago, happened.
Yeah.
When my heart stopped, like my heart stopped beating, and I was checking for my pulse. I couldn't feel my pulse nowhere at all. So it's not like I left my body or anything. It was just like, what's going on? I felt a pain in my heart, checked it stopped beating for a while, checked my pulse on my wrist, couldn't find it. And then next thing you know, I'm beating back again, but that experience was scary, right?
Yeah.
And it was and it changed something because it just made me like, it brought a whole bunch of realizations at once, right? And it also brought questions because it was like like I said, a lot of people have these experiences and they're kind of like their consciousness leaves their body and they're consciously able to look at themselves without the heartbeat. I'm conscious in my body and it's like I'm feeling for the heartbeat and it's not there. That was like, whoa, what's going on here?
Yeah, bro, that would scare anybody, man. That would scare anybody. I was scared that day, like I said, when I stepped outside of my body and looked at myself. I was clueless.
Big cheek,
especially somebody that didn't even believe in spirituality and God and all that stuff like that. I didn't believe in none of that stuff, man.
Yeah,
but that stuff started believing in you, huh?
Yeah. Hey, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, man. When I was in that light, the first thing I thought when I got there was, if this is the place that I think it is. First, I was going down the tunnel, and I was like, I know these stupid, corny movies and the light at the end of the tunnel bullshit is not true. And I'm just sitting here and I had my same thoughts. Like, I'm like, am I dead? I can't be because I'm thinking. And then I get there, and I'm like, I don't belong here. And before I could finish that thought, bro, I'm telling you, I got struck. Something hit me. And it was, man, if I would have been in my body, it would have brought me straight to my knees. It was like being hit with like the strongest form of the bzz, clear.
Yeah.
Like you could
clear, yeah. Defibrillator.
Yeah. There's things about me I didn't even know I could do. Like I could do math. People are calling me a genius. If you knew who I was for 33 years. I'm no more of a genius than you are, buddy.
I think everybody is a genius, honestly.
Everybody is. We know not what we already know.
I feel like everybody is a genius, but society only acknowledges certain types.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah,
I actually talk about that a lot too, and it's a shame because there needs to be more avenues for people who think differently, for people who do things differently, because in ancient times there was an avenue for us. You know, as soon as you showed signs that you thought differently, you were taken to, your village shamans who trained you, who looked at you and studied you and was like, okay, well, you're this, you're that. Let me start training you and get you in this so we can figure out, what your gifts are and
what your gifts are. Yeah.
No, they study us. They just
don't
kidnap
have
us
that
now.
no more. It's a shame.
So, and that's where I feel like where we come into play is like we can actually, because I'm coming across some information, right? And it's like I'm looking at this chart right now, and it's making a lot of sense to me because it's talking about like all the chakras.
Yeah,
and it's also displaying like a lot of people's like psychological dysfunctions, like wherever you psychologically struggle or had psychological problems with, there's a chakra region associated with those type of emotions, right? And my theory for me is proven, like, because my throat chakra in the chakras in between my shoulders and my throat are blocked, right? In a lot of the things that they say you feel when they're blocked are things that it was like I struggled dealing with for a time. And it also tells you the opposite of those feelings that you're supposed to feel to open that certain region.
Okay, so it tells you the gift for the curse.
Right.
Good.
So wherever, like, so basically, like, wherever, like, a lot of times our strength is in our weakness. For example, like, I have a lot of strength in between my shoulders, but that's my weakness because I have a lot of negative emotional aspects to deal with to clear that space.
Yeah.
So every time you get, so for example, for this fourth chakra that's blocked in me, the negative
saying your
aspects
shoulders?
that may have, yeah, this
Well,
is
think
shoulders.
about your shoulders. Think about where your shoulders are. If you couldn't move your shoulders, would you be able to control your body at all? Anything?
Yeah, it's the fourth.
That's your control. That's
Yeah,
where I had mine. That was control issues.
And listen, watch this. You're probably gonna resonate with this too, because this is the fourth and fifth chakra that are blocking that, basically that that upper chest and up region. That's the fourth and fifth chakra. But the negative aspects that you may encounter with dealing with that is resentment, betrayal, grief, loneliness, and abandonment. Betrayal, addictions, sleep disorder, fear of speaking out, and toxicities. So if you experience some of those things, and you also experience blockages in that area.
Yeah, boundaries.
That's why.
I
just got it down. Damn.
breaking.
But that makes sense, though. That makes sense.
And they even got them. They got there's this chart here that got them for all of the chakras. Like, so basically you can kind of like gauge someone's energy by basically their emotions and detect which chakras that they need to work on.
Well, also, if you can't, you do create, you manifest. There are soul pieces and there are manifested people that you guys actually call. Like I said, you can create of them Merkapas. So you can actually, there are some people who have had children that it wasn't on their timeline, but they manifested it because it was a broken piece of their soul. They're going to match you exactly. You should understand that there are people that can help you carry your weight. Soldiers need love too. You don't have to carry all that weight by yourself, you know?
Sometimes we need a pat on the back also.
Yeah, so it's a thing is that what I had to learn to do was trust and let go of I had to trust something or someone. If I, that was one of the hardest things for me. I had that weight in my shoulders. I'm talking, I went to chiropractors and everything. I used to go to the hospital to get stuff because I couldn't move that area for days.
Right.
It's very bad. All those feelings.
I'm getting
to let go of control.
I'm getting through that right now. And it's crazy because we literally can prove
you're having to fight betrayal and learn to trust while feeling betrayed. That's a really difficult thing.
Damn, that's deep.
And it literally blocks the majority of my strength too at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So that's like if you think about it, because this area, the fourth chakra, is responsible for your circulatory system, your lungs, your breast, your heart, asthma, immune deficiencies. And your fifth chakra is responsible for throat, mouth, neck, and esophagus. All of those is basically how you move your chi throughout your body.
You're right.
So if you shut down 4 and 5, that's you basically can shut down the heart.
Yeah.
You shut down the heart.
You done did. Yeah, you pretty much did. Basically, you did. There ain't no basically about it. You did. Yeah.
Exactly.
Wow, I like that, bro.
Those are also the things that you see a lot of these shamans and stuff, like whenever they, find out that there's someone in a village or town that has gifts or that think differently, they're able to pinpoint those certain things in you to help you like overcome it, so you can then use your energy and abilities properly. But that's definitely a well worth skill to be able to look at somebody and like work with them to work through those chakras.
That's another thing too, man. when you really get enlightened, when you really get that cure, man, I call it the cure because it's a freaking cure. When you get it,
I like
when
that.
you get it, you're gonna like. When I realized I had come back with a smile on my face for the first time in 18 years, and I was there, and I didn't have any lottery money or nothing. I'm flipping my hands. I just got hit by a car. I could have lost. I couldn't feel from the hips down for a while, and they were checking my blood. And I'm looking like I'm about to lose my legs, but for some reason, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my entire life. And that's when all my life flashed back in my head. And I realized I was walking around dead inside for 33 years. I didn't even know it. I didn't even know it.
Right?
Yes.
You get so used to being numb that you don't realize it until you finally get a chance to feel something.
That's crazy, and that can be used on many levels too, y'all.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, Dark Sage. That is, it can be moved. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes, sir, bro.
that's some deep shit.
And a lot of that time, that what you feeling, a lot of that time, it do take hurt to feel sometimes.
Yes, I was actually
You know what I'm saying?
thinking
You
that
walk around numb until you get hurt and realize, wait, I'm not numb. I'm hurt.
sometimes the pain is necessary just so you can value, the time when you're not going through the pain. Sometimes you need a reminder.
That's like working out. When you work out, you tear your muscles, it hurts. But once they heal, they're going to be bigger.
Yes, that's true. And you have all this more energy and strength. You can do things. That's a great one.
And it's
And,
and I was just listening. I was on Essence Live the other day, and she said she was saying one of the reasons why she think she's so pretty is because she cried so much. And I'm like, damn, why is it pain a real thing? Like, why is it that it's like pain is the price of pleasure in this world?
Yeah, pain will equal happiness, because once you overgrow that pain, what are you? You are happy because you overcame it.
Yeah.
Understand that the realm we live in is ruled by polarity, positive and negative.
Yeah.
The winner of this game knows how to use both to their advantage.
Yeah. The yin
There
yang.
are levels to this shit. There is people who have a greater destiny, who because they have to carry a bigger cross. There's a
Ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I'm glad you said that, because
and that's okay, because you know what? I wouldn't wish my hell that I went through on anybody, not even my worst
me
enemy.
neither.
And if I can protect other people from having to go through that, and you know what? While you guys get to have your normal white picket fence, I get my big destiny, but I can't have my white picket fence. I had to give that up and let you have it and protect what you had, and I get to live vicariously through you. So your happiness is my happiness.
And I'll do it every day, and I'll gladly do it again.
That's what we do that for. That's what we are. That's what makes us. That's what you're not chosen. You're not chosen to get Scotty beamed up and flip 98% of the people to bird. That's how it works. Churches.
That hit differently, because I'm gonna tell y'all from personal experience. This whole summer, I have left a 22-year relationship, left my job of 15 years and everything.
Yeah.
Something in me was like, this is not right for us.
Yeah.
And I fought so hard, like trying to keep my relationship, trying to keep my job.
Right.
And it seems like the more and more I fought to keep it,
the crazier
the more they were pushing me
away.
away.
The less it made sense.
Everything.
He was
but I gave it all up.
To keep them open. You was wanting to keep them open.
You are.
I gave it all up, and it hurt. But I noticed that once I gave it all up, my manifestations came through quicker. My abilities got stronger, and I was just like, it's not meant for me to live that life, that ordinary life. I've always known
you're
this.
not.
I never wanted to accept it until the day came where I had to give it up, and I did not want to give it up. I was comfortable.
You was comfortable. That's what I'm about to say. You was comfortable.
Who's been tossed aside here? Who's been tossed aside? Who's been not counted out? You're not even the last one picked. The black sheep among the black sheep. Okay? What is tossed aside? What is the equal and opposite of tossed aside? Set apart.
Set apart. The set apart ones. The taught ones.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are set apart because we was taught.
Because you made the ultimate sacrifice. The ultimate sacrifice is that you're not even going to live while you're living here. You don't get to experience. You stand outside and you watch the world. The world doesn't watch you.
But see, that was the thing for me. I felt like all my life I've been alienated, disconnected. You know what I mean? Had my family turn against me because they thought I was weird. My friends and stuff. And it's like, okay, I finally got a good job working with people that can accept me. I'm finally in a relationship with somebody who can accept me. But then once I get brought to this point, I realize, wow, my job ain't what I thought it was. And the person that I thought loved me is just using me for what comes with me, psychic abilities and all.
Yeah, as soon as you think things are starting to look up.
Yeah, and then you get like the universe that will rip that cover off your eyes, and it's like, no, this job is bullshit. They're using you. No, this relationship is bullshit because this person is using you too. You were just blind. You couldn't see it. And now that you see why we're doing this to you. And it
Don't
hurt.
feel bad about being used, though. You know, you can't use somebody who's useless.
It hurt.
I had to tell myself.
It hurt real bad, but I'm glad I went through it because I've never had a summer in all my 38 years of living had a summer like this where everything just like got torn to shit. And I'm sitting here like, I don't have money. I don't have my relationship, because, that person was my backup too. Like,
That's how the last 7 years of my life been, back to back of shit like that. Like just.
So,
this is why I started focusing on my chi so hard, because I realized that I wasn't able to focus on anything else. Like I'm like, even if I tried, right? Like it would be just so much movement.
I swear to God, y'all, I'm going through the same thing, bro.
You guys
focus on anything else but my chi, right? Like it was like, all right, this is the only thing that I can control right now. I can't control how other people are. I can't control none of that shit, right?
Bro,
like,
I literally said that exact same thing. I was like, at least I can control my energy and work on that. That is the one thing that won't turn against me or use me. I won't
turn on me.
Exactly. And it's the best thing I've ever did. Like, even when I have those moments where I feel lonely, stressed out, worried about this, worried about that, I'll sit there and do my telekinesis. And the next thing you know, if I was worried about money before, next thing you know, something done came through. If I need this or need that, it'll come through.
Right.
Like I told my little brother, I was like, man, this summer.
You guys, one of those last second, right? Like we just stress up until the last second. It always works out the last second.
Uh-huh.
Oh man, I can't stand that though. The universe.
I can't plan because I can't see past my nose type environment. So I just gotta go off of intuition a lot. So people around me don't understand it.
It's gonna work out.
I don't know how. I don't even understand it all the way. I just have to trust it. Right? It's not for me to understand. It's for me to know and trust.
Who said that? Who told us the other day? Manifesting, right? Think about it this way. It's not. Don't manifest like. Don't think about just like as if you already got the goal. Think about how. Imagine in your mind what you're trying to acquire, how you would feel if you did acquire that, and hold on to that feeling, and that's how you get there. And I was like, wow, that actually would help. Thinking about it that way, right, y'all?
Of course.
If you imagine like a little. Like, what would it be like if I could, levitate off of the ground? Oh, wow.
That's the main thing. You got to live in that moment of it for it to, how do you say, get anchored here. But like, for me, this is the first summer that I've ever had to, how do you say, put my money where my mouth is. For years, I've talked about magic and the power of magic and energy. And even my brother, like I remember one time this summer, probably about a month ago, I was talking to my brother. I was like, man, I'm stressed out, man. Like I need money for this, I need money for that. And my brother was like, why don't you practice what you preached? Like, bro, you've literally brought me out of the dark. Like, show me what you do. And to hear my brother say that, it hit me different. And this is my little brother that always grew up, looking up to me. And I said, you know what, you're right. So I sat there, I lit my candles, you know what I mean? Did my energy work, even did a little bit of telekinesis just to kind of get some energy out. And next thing you know, back to back to back, somebody hit me up for a job. Somebody hit me up with some money. Somebody, even one of my brother's homegirls came through and brought like enough food to last us for days and everything. And my brother looked at me and was like, you did what I told you, didn't you? I was like, yeah, you're right. And thank you for reminding me to put my money where my mouth is and to practice what I preach. This is the first summer I've had to survive off of my magic, my energy. just to survive. And I've never been put in that place before because, as I said
We
earlier,
also help.
I've been there for like
I got
5
comfortable.
years, but I've never lit a candle or anything like that. I just kind of use my meditative intentions and
Everybody ain't got
prayers
to
the
use a
divine,
candle.
You know,
Don't say never can. That's like saying can't. Don't do that
Yeah,
to
I don't
yourself.
like. I don't like to say never neither. I don't.
You
like
can
that.
do it. You already did it. It's already done. You just haven't seen the
Yeah.
results yet. It's already done. It's already done because you're trying means you seek, you found.
Yeah, we have not because we ask not. And when you ask,
It's
go
like
ahead
you
and
pulling
the
that foil
universe.
to you. You're
no, I
feeling-
said I never used the candles. I was fried for a second. I was like, "What y'all
Oh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying,
I didn't hear the candle part.
I never used the candles for any type of manifestation. I just used like prayer and meditation.
Yeah, ask.
Everybody don't need candles. Everybody don't need to do a ritual.
Mm-mm.
Like my brother's like that.
That's
my
just
brother can
tools
just
for
think
you
about
guys
what
to
he wants
use,
and
but
just
you're
sit in
doing it with
and
your own
comes.
intention.
Yeah.
But sometimes, a tool, people need tools to help. Some people need the wind in order to begin with things like that. I had to do that. In order for me to know the difference, I had to fan at things and then use my energy to know the difference so I could know what I was looking for and things like that. And then,
Learn how to feel it. Yes.
yeah, there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
And plus,
And,
y'all,
just don't let
I'm a
those
straight up
people mock
magician,
you.
bro. I've been practicing magic since I was 16, so it's just second nature to break a candle out for me.
Yeah, for me, I mess with the energy work, but I never really dabbled into anything else outside of just what my body can, what I can do with my own vessel. Because the reason why I never started with stuff like that is because my resources was always funny, and I felt like I can't depend on a resource specifically. I have to depend on what I can conjure up out of my own being. You
I
know?
I know
right?
what you mean.
You're in the
can conjure
wilderness. You
everything.
ain't got no more candles. What you gonna do? Yeah.
Right.
I had a teacher that kind of showed me the way. I've actually had several teachers, you know what I mean? And if it wasn't for them, I probably wouldn't trust no information or deal with anything outside of me myself.
Well, you can control energy and karmic energy and debt. Think about it this way. Has anybody ever
It's all
done something
energy.
to somebody, and have you ever felt so guilty to where you're like, please let me make it up to you. Please, I'll do anything, right? And they let you. And when you do it, you're like, and you feel that relief. You paid a karmic debt. You can control that energy flow. You can do acts of kindness.
Yeah.
You can give generously to people, and you make sacrifices. Say you have an 8 today and you only have $25, but this mother on TikTok who has children is in a hotel room and needs to be fed and things like that. This is speaking from like a personal experience and things, but basically, and you give that to them. It's when you do that, you're accumulating karmic, you're paying money, and it's going to come back to you. And it's going to come back to you more.
Also, like with what we do with foil, it is the same energy and comes from the same source that you use when you do magic and spells. That's just more subtle energy compared to direct energy.
Yeah.
If you can move a piece of foil, you can damn sure move a spirit. You can move a certain aspect of
and
the
you can
universe.
move karma and energy. Yep, you can move things in your favor. You just
I've
have
even
to
noticed my spell
focus
power
on what you
increase
want
ever
and
since
do the
I
right
started
things
doing
so it
foil.
goes towards that.
Like telekinesis will enhance everything.
Because it's just intent, right? Like it's
Exactly.
Yes.
But it's a physical thing. You can physically, like I showed you. You feel. Has anybody ever felt guilt for someone, and you did something to make it, and you felt better after? You could physically feel that. Can you not?
Subtle energy, yes.
Yeah. Okay. So you can control that on larger scales as well, even monetarily wise.
I can honestly say from a magician perspective, since I started doing telekinesis, I've noticed the difference. Like in the things that answer my call, how quickly the manifestations come, or how quickly, spirits of prosperity, whenever I do a prosperity spell and call to them. And use the same technique I do to draw the foil, but I do it towards my sigil of my familiar that brings in prosperity. And I've even noticed when I sit there and like draw my hand back, like even the spirits will move with my hand the same way the foil will and bring my intention even quicker. Like I even incorporate those techniques for telekinesis into my craft. And I've noticed the difference. It's like times two. It's almost scary.
So you can see the spirits.
Oh yeah, 100%. Like if I call to a spirit of prosperity, I'm gonna see something green moving out of the corner of my eye. If I call to a spirit to handle somebody, I'll see something red swirling around in my space or out of my peripheral, and I can draw it to me or push his ass out to go handle my shit. And I've never been able to do that until I started doing this.
I can see the spirits too, bro. I can see them too, man.
My daughter can see those type of things. I can kind of see auras and stuff around lights and energies, like energy fields and magnetic waves. I can see magnetic waves. Even in the sky, when there's weather, it's different shit. Like it'll be like a light blue, then a medium blue, then a dark blue. And then it'll be like some zigzags and some waves. You'll see it waving out. You can see that around people who pull energy, like darker melanated people, they have lighter waves. And then lighter melanated people, they have darker, they accumulate dark light energy. They attract that.
I know what you mean. But
yep, dark light energy it's light, but it's like a shadow with a light shadow, or whereas light has a dark shadow, it's dark that has a light shadow. That there's a light like that.
It's to the point now that even when I take on new students, since I started doing telekinesis, like students that want to learn magic, I'm like, I need you to learn this first, because once you learn the basics of like telekinesis and moving things, it's going to take your spellcraft to a whole nother level. Like it's literally to that point now where I'm like, you have to learn this first before I teach you any of the other, like the other shit, calling the spirits, anything like that. Learn to move energy first, inside of you and outside of you. Then we can move up to the other shit.
It had an orange oval wave field that was being pulled directly towards his hand. I could see it. Look, you can see it. You can see it. Look at the orange circle within the flame. Do you see it? That's a wave field. Look at, there's an orange circle within the flame, like it's kind of like a crown, like Jesus has. Yeah, it's like a circle around the flame. Do you see it? It's Watch, focus on that. That's an energy. Wait, watch how he can pull the oval towards him, and you'll see it aside.
That was like one of the
skills. You see the oval? You see it? You see it?
Yeah, being able to perceive energy.
Wow, that's nifty.
And once you're able to perceive energy, like you can even see your